I didn't say, tak payah tengok syllabus, tak payah guna syllabus. No, I didn't say that. Your syllabus, your curriculum will show you your destination. By the end of this class, this kid will able to learn about clothes. But the way you drive akan give the kids experience. Because kids not just learn from things that you tell. They learn from demonstration. They learn from the process. They learn from the experience. At the same time, we're giving them value lessons yang tak ada in the syllabus. And the most important thing is, because like I said earlier, your biggest challenge there is the mindset. You're giving them the opportunity to tengok dunia luar.
Right. Hello and welcome to another episode of What Now? Jom Ah Lepak with me, Haikal. Unfortunately, again, it's been quite an occurrence that Haziq is not here. But yeah, so today I'll be hosting throughout this entire episode. And for this episode specifically, we are recording this like a month before Teacher's Day. So kiranya kita akan post episode ni pada Hari Guru lah, which is on the 16th of May, right? And since just a little recap for those who haven't known One Hour Jom Ah Lepak, we've actually done an education mini series where we delve into the challenges, the perspective and stories of educators in Malaysia in hopes to bring a new light when it comes to fostering discussion in education. Kan? Okay, so the reason why we're doing this special episode, right? Because we have at One Hour Jom Ah Lepak, we have a very, a huge appreciation towards educators throughout Malaysia, right? And this particular guest that we tried to invite him like a year ago, and ironically, I forgot to text him back. so now, 2025, we finally have the time to actually sit down and have a conversation with him, right? So yeah. And a little bit about Now Jom Ah Lepak. Now Jom Ah Lepak is a nation-building podcast where we talk about policies, stories of unique Malaysians trying to make Malaysia a better place, right? So, without further ado, please welcome Cikgu Nazmi. Right.
Hello, hi, assalamualaikum everyone.
Waalaikumsalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm actually quite excited to have this episode today because based on our discussion previously last week, it was a very interesting one, right? Okay. And knowing what you've done over the past 2-3 years, I think it's pretty cool what you've achieved, right? Because you were a Global Teacher Prize winner finalist in 2025. And also you were the second winner, right? For the Teacher Prize Award in Malaysia.
Yes, Malaysia Teacher Prize in 2023.
Okay, yes. You were the second winner, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yeah, so before we start our podcast, usually we give some introduction to our guest. And what's the best way for us to do that is, to have the guest explain himself or herself, right? So, Cikgu Nazmi, you want to explain a little bit about who you are, what you do, and maybe explain a little bit about your achievements.
First of all, I would like to thank you, Ms. Haikal, for inviting me to this podcast. I see a lot of my friends, starting to jump on this, having a podcast trend, and they have been discussing really good issues around education, the policies, and everything. And I hope I can share very good insights from the scene of education, especially in Malaysia and Sarawak, for this special podcast. So, me, a bit of myself. My name is Muhammad Nazmi bin Rosli. I am 32 years old. It's my 8 years in the service as a teacher. I teach English, pendidikan seni, sometimes pendidikan moral, and also pendidikan Islam. I'm currently teaching in my third school. My first school is SK Long Sukang. Second school is SK Luagan, and my third school right now as a senior assistant of student affair, SK Long Sebangang. My ethnicity is Melayu Brunei, originated from Brunei Darussalam. My mother actually is Sabahan. My mother is from Tawau. Me and my
Mm-hmm.
brothers, my sisters, we were born here in Lawas, Sarawak. If you look at the map, Sarawak is the border of Sarawak is a small district located between Sabah and Brunei. So
Mm-hmm.
during the pandemic, we suffered the most because and then below us is Kalimantan, so we basically trapped. We are not allowed to go anywhere at that time. Me myself, my hobby is I'm a I'm a I love to collect action figures like what you can see from behind me,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and I like to read comics. I like to draw. I like to produce short films with my students. Yeah, so and we like to review films. We like
Mm-hmm.
classics, especially horror classics.
Mm-hmm.
Friday the 13th, Child's Play,
Oh.
things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate all the works behind film productions,
Mm-hmm.
especially those that are less involved with CGI. We appreciate all the animatronics,
Oh.
all the special effects and things.
So so like.
Me and my brother were very fascinated about it,
Mm-hmm.
and currently we try to bring our kids to hop aboard and try to see behind the scene of all these great films and productions. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
basically,
I see. I see. So like you've also like I assume you would appreciate Oppenheimer, right?
oh, hey, 100%, 100%.
Absolute cinema, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and what about have you watched Blood Brothers yet?
No, no, yet, not yet. Um, Me and my brothers, we are more fascinated about what happened outside Malaysia in the film industries.
Mm-hmm.
We have unable to catch up yet of what currently happening in Malaysian film industry scenes, but the Malaysia also is lately they produce great films, great cinematography. The production is great. All this great film producer, uh, Aziz M. Osman, they
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
produce wonderful idea, and most of the film are well scripted. And for me, from the view of Malaysian filmmaking scene, I appreciate film that able to highlight the traditions, the struggle, and the issue within our society in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
I love the film that focus on what happened in this kind of society. Instead of going all out sci-fi and things like that.
Ah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like what Arwah Muhammad Khalid does. It's a funny and cynical film, but yet we're able to relate to it because it shows our culture. You know, the one they do. For example, the Zombie Kami Pisang. When me and my kids review the film, my kids ask like why people love to eat free food. You know, that kind of things. So I love it so much when they try to put this will happen in our society, especially, but some of us didn't realize that. And yeah, the extra effort you go as a film producer to put that, you know
Yeah,
unconsciously
true, true, true.
in a film, make it Malaysian film scenes is so
It's,
delightful.
it's really yeah, but I mean, uh, I would have to agree with you. I think there's some like I think before this I never had the time to watch Malaysian movies in the cinemas. because I was a bit pessimistic, but now looking at the trend, I am more willing to see, you know,
Mhm.
that Malay
Yeah.
movies on, no, not Malay, like Malaysian movies on the big screen, right? But obviously, we're not going to talk about movies, but we will have something related to storytelling later in the episode, right? Okay, so now we're in the first segment of the podcast, right? So just for the viewers who are listening, so the first segment is usually talking about the worldview of our guests, right? So we have a few questions here, four questions really. So I want to know a little bit about you, your worldview, Cikgu Nazmi, right?
Mhm.
Because for somebody uh, to win the Global Teacher Prize, sorry, the Malaysian Teacher Prize award in 2023, and to be a finalist is a huge achievement and a huge, is a huge milestone to you as well, right? You put Malaysia on the map, and also people recognize your unique pedagogy when it comes to teaching in the classroom, right? So let's start with the first question here, right? So since you were born uh, in between Sabah and Sarawak, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's the place again? Sorry, I just forgot.
It's actually Lawas district,
Lawas.
Sarawak.
Okay, yes, Lawas. Okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah, so you're born in Lawas, right? Okay. So I was just wondering, when you were growing up at the time, was being a teacher something you've ever thought about being, growing up, or did you had any other ambitions that you felt you want to pursue?
Um, my mom is a headmistress. She's a guru
Mm-hmm.
besar. Ever since I was small, I remember following her around. She got posted here and there, here and there. I just follow her around. I just move school a lot. Um, I think it is 1998 or 1999. She got posted to a school in Sarawak uh, called Long Semado. It was way deeper in the jungle. I remember I follow her. I remember our house back then, they don't have electricity. Um, and the rent was only like 50 ringgit per month that month, around that year. Um, I've been following my mom, seeing my mom and her friends teaching here and there. I remember seeing one of the teacher in that school. That time uh, I wasn't even in the school yet. I remember seeing one of the teacher. She used this aquarium to make like a cattle farm. We put all this kind of rubber animal there. I remember there's a science teacher who took that animal, took that animal and put it in the jar and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I remember seeing my mom late at night around 2 or 3, where there's a dead candle around her,
Mm-hmm.
where she was preparing lesson plan. Back then, uh, teachers were given the stick book where they need to do all the lesson planning for every day. It's gonna be like weekly checked by the school admin. And I remember asking my mom, "What are you doing?" She said, she was planning for what's to teach tomorrow. And I remember seeing it was like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. There's a lot of dead candle around her, so I know she's been sitting there like for some times. Um, I think all this thing that I've seen in my first introduction of the world of teaching, that make me feel like, what, maybe one day I can be a teacher. Maybe one day I can get my own aquarium and make all this, maybe dinosaur scene, dinosaur diorama, things like that. Maybe one day I can get this
Mm-hmm.
dead animal, put it in the jar and teach all this thing to my kids. And there's a I remember getting this like yellow card every early in the year and the end of the year, where we need to put our ambition. I want to be what, I want to
Ooh.
be what. And have that up until I was in secondary school. And every time they gave me the card, I will always put that I want to be a teacher.
Wow.
And I didn't change anything. Yes, I like interested to be a chef, if I'm not mistaken. There's a time where Chef One was very famous. Everyone was talking
Hmm.
about Chef One and this and that. And I said, I want to be what else? Huh?
Did you ever
But
wanted to become like someone into tech, into science?
no. um, yeah. I was known in my among my family that I'm always leaning to things that nobody wants. I'm not the kind of person that always jump into trend. You know, all the kids are doing this, but I'm not. I remember that time, Sukan bola sepak is like very famous among kids around 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. Everyone was like gather on the kampong and play football. Me, I don't know how. I'm not into that. I prefer sitting alone watching Power Rangers that time. You know,
Oh, okay.
and then when they ask what you want to be, my friends, my cousin was like, I want to be a soldier because a lot of soldiers in my family. I want to be this and that. Me, I want to be a teacher, and proud to say it's because of what I'm seeing from uh, mom and her friends. You know, they teach and everything. They teach how to support drama, how to build this and that, and I'm and I see it in the very early year of my age. You know, since that wherever I go, when they ask me what I want to be, I want to be.
I see. So like at a very young age, no matter what, you wanted to become a teacher.
Yep, 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 yep.
I see, I see. I mean, it turns out well for you though, because I mean, like, you did a pretty good job in actually creating a very fun environment for your students, which we will touch in later in our second segment, right? We're gonna talk about the danger room. Am I right? The danger room.
Yeah, then Jerome.
Yeah, danger room. Yeah. So I think we'll touch that later on the second episode because I think that's really interesting to have one segment about it. But anyways, so knowing you with your inspiration from the X-Men to to creating the danger room, you have a lot of creativity inside of you, right? I mean,
Mhm.
no, I mean just judging by the figures that you have at the back, it seems quite you really appreciate the arts and the characters of each of the comic books, right? Yeah. So how much do you value creativity in yourself and with your students, right? Like how uh, how much do you value it in the classroom?
Um, I value it tremendously. In rural areas where exposure is super limited, there's no TV, there's no, I remember back then, there's not even WhatsApp was there, you know. Uh, my kids literally just going around at the paddy fields to feel, to spend their time, to spend their free times. Exposure is super limited. Creativity became the bridge between their world and the outside world. So for me, it's not just about having fun. Let's create this and this and this, but it's about survival, about making education feel real and relevant. Um, I remember I do this one time. Um, I look in the syllabus of what I'm going to teach next. Yeah, I remember what subject was that. It's English, and I was asked to teach about saving money. You know, I could have just telling them this is the benefit of saving money, this and that, this and that, this and that. But I remember I built a kedai runcit. I think it's this almaris bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I cut all this kind of things. There's a sock, there's a there's a backpack, there's a vegetable, and I just hanging around, make it really look like a kedai runcit. and I give the kids tasks to, you want to go for camping days with your friends for like 3 days and 2 nights. Okay, with this amount of money, you can choose whatever behind me to buy. You know, it's a simple way, it's a simple activities, but it's different. Between telling them this is the benefit of saving money and actually asking them that you have this amount of money, and what can you do to save the money at the same time achieve your goal on joining your friend to go on a camping. you know so each of them has their own goal. So this one, Joseph, she want to go camping, he want to go he want to go to a trip. At the same time, he want to save money to buy shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So and then Aaron Aaron would like to go camping with his friend, but he need money to buy new clothes for him to go to school for the next semester. All this
Mm.
little mission they have, and my kids did so well. You know, they even like gather together. Okay, let's just buy one torchlight. So we can save money. So they discuss, or they select among themselves. Okay, how about you buy torchlight? I buy the ropes. There's a no. I didn't tell them that they can make group for this trip, but the but the activity itself allow creativity and critical thinking.
Mm.
So let's just share the money, and to buy things. So our camping needs will be completed. That is so
Mm-hmm.
creative, you know. Okay, we don't. Not everyone need to buy this mesh sticks. Not everyone need to buy this kind of knife. Not everyone need to buy pots to cook and everything. So let's divide tasks. So you in charge with the cooking, you in charge with this, you in charge with the hunting, you in charge with the campfire. So the whole class getting smooth and smooth and smooth and smooth, and the most important part is they learn new things. Oh, we can actually use this product to do this and this and this. You can use this product to filter water and this and then this. You connect them with the outside world and telling them people outside can also love to go on for camping. And there's a lot of new modern gadget and technology that they can use to go for camping. There's a foldable pocket knife they didn't know. Oh, it's
I
foldable.
see. I see. I see.
So there's a
It-
kind of spotlight that they can store matchstick inside, you know,
Mhm.
and it can be hanged, and I think the capsule that we store the lights can be used as a cup too. So
Oh,
these are multi-function things that people can use to go for camping. Um, so kids able to see outside, and they're able to relate
mhm,
because
mhm.
they always go for camping. At the same time, not only the students but the teacher will see this chance to learn. Why you need so hard to bring all this, teacher? You can use this kind of things you can find in the jungle to support our camping. This and that. Why you want to carry all this heavy nail in your backpack? You know, where you can simply use this kind of sticks to help with your support your camp.
I
You know,
see. I see. So,
yeah.
so like basically the you make the room creative.
I make the room creative. Not only the students will enjoy this kind of lesson, but also but also the teachers. It's a win-win
Ah, I
situation.
see.
But I think the kids will get the most lah. I think kids
True.
gets the
True.
most.
True.
And so when the teacher creatively arrange the lesson well, the student will come out with a product that will creatively enhance them and make them think beyond the four wall of the classrooms.
Ah, I see, I see. That's really cool though, because like you're able to bring out a lot from the students just in the classroom, right? And especially you are in kawasan pedalaman, right? You were able to open up their mind. I think that's a huge challenge that you as a teacher have to bring. Maybe not you, but a lot of teachers in kawasan pedalaman, right? Is to bring that you can go further mindset, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like before we touch on the second segment, we have two more questions. So the next question would be is that you know based on of our previous conversations and just now that you said you really love comic books, right? And your pedagogy, which I also just mentioned a little bit, which is the Danger Room, was inspired by the X-Men, kan? Right? Jadi like um how do you bring comic book how do you bring out comic book as an influence in your teaching, right? Like what makes comic book so unique to you that you wanted to bring it into your class pedagogy?
All right. So, specifically, the comic book that inspired me the most is the X-Men comic book. Um, for your information, X-Men comic book is the first media that bravely enough to touch about discrimination, the discrimination days in the West. You know, uh, there's all the kind of hatred and everything that what inspired Marvels and the people inside, Stanley, Jack Kirby, and many of them inspired to come out to this kind of books. If you see, if you can see, we can see all the other superhero is way different. Like Fantastic Four, they have the things, but he was accepted by the community. You know, if even in DC superheroes, there's a Martians, there's a Martian Manhunters, one of the Justice League's members.
Yeah.
That dude is literally not from the world, not from the earth, but he was accepted. So
Mm-hmm.
let's make a group of superheroes that are not accepted by the society.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they come up with X-Men. There's a mutant. They were born different. They were discriminated. They were disbanded. They were disowned. Nobody likes them. You know, it's funny because if you think other superhero also like have this weird physical
Mm-hmm.
structure thing, but they accept it. You know, so Professor X is a teacher. Uh, he get it all these mutants. Them in one school. That it was the only school that accept mutants. Yeah. So this school is school for the gifted youngster, Xavier School for the gifted youngster, X-Men School. They have this one training hall. In that training hall, they have this one technology where they can produce hologram simulation.
Yes.
So, for example, if you want to save a children in the subway, you don't have to do training at the subway. You can just come to this room, okay, and set the room to make a subway holographic simulation.
Scenario. Mm-hmm.
So I can resonate it to my pedalaman kids. They are
Mm.
discriminated. They are both disconnected with the outside world. You know, if you ask me, what is the biggest challenge in pedalaman? People can say, "Oh, there's no electricity, there's no internet connection, there's no this, there's no there." For me, the biggest challenge in pedalaman is the mindset. The mindset. You have this mindset of the community. My kids will inherit this buffalo, this buffalo, this orchard, this bengkel, this herd of buffalo. When when they grow up, and they will just continue my business. That's it. Like that's it. They won't go anywhere. That's it. Why I want my kids to sit for the exam? It won't be useful for them. Why I want to allow my kids to present my school for this debate competition? It's no use for them. Better they come to my padi and help their parents there. And then the mindsets of the people outside, discriminations. Why you want to choose these rural kids to represent our districts for this competition where we have way better school they can represent us? I remember people said, "Oh, when I bring this my kids to this one competition, hey, your kids are smelly lah. Dia tak mandi ke?" I said,
Ah,
what the hell is it? Like
betul
bro,
betul betul
like
betul.
we're going to present our kampung. Like, why do you think we're not mandi? You know.
Mm-mm.
Um. So why I want to give my all? You know. They're not even trying to give their all to me. You know. Um. It's sad, but it's true. I remember back in 2019, there's a Facebook post about this one rural teacher who feels sad, who feel useless. He said, "I tried everything, it won't work. So what I did is during the English class, I sit there and give them papers so they can draw. During the PJ class, I will sit in the class and share them the story of I go hiking or story cerita hantu.
Mm-mm.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of supportive comment there. It's okay, what to do, we cannot change people. It is hurtful for us who teach in the pedalaman to see this kind of things. There's a lot of people feeling the um, redeployment form because they want to redeploy to other school. They
Mm.
cannot, which I understand because we call these people the demotivated teachers. Imagine you have a sick mother, but you only able to get to make a call once a month. Itu pun you have to go to the nearest town, pay a lot of money to go there, and
Mm.
only call. I understand all this frustration. You know, I remember one night, in like Wednesday, I was jalan-jalan around the school, and when I suddenly lalu kawasan yang my phone was booming, tat, 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 I realized my cousin passed away 3 days ago, and I only got news now. Itu pun I kebetulan lalu under the Wi-Fi.
Mm.
It's understandable. But how about the children here, though? No. How about the
True,
children
true.
here? They themselves unable to produce teachers there from their community there. Still,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I really can resonate with the mutants with my dalam kids.
mm-hmm,
What I do, I recreate all this danger room by bringing the outside world into the classroom. My kids
mm-hmm.
never been to the beach before. Make I turn the entire class into a beach. They're filled with sand, rocks, and clams, and all these shells. They've never been to an airport. I change the classroom into airport. I bring in two double decker bed, you know, and change everything to make it look like it was like inside the flight cabin. My kids never been to market. I change everything into market. My kids never been to laundry shop. I changed the classroom into laundry shop. My kids my kids never been into fun fair. I changed the room into a carousel and where kids can play around like they're really in a fun fair.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
a lot of stuff, and it's all this inspired by comic books. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, it made me think is that doesn't matter who is your kids. You know, doesn't matter how people see it. You know, or your kids like this, but your job here is to unlock their potential, just like Professor X intended to do.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's comic books to me.
That was a very good. That was a really good answer, and I think that really shapes your worldview of education, especially how impactful the kids has made you think beyond your limits to create a room or a danger room that can help connect with your students with the outside world as well. I think that's really cool, Cikgu Nazmi, and you know and honestly, listening to that, I would definitely would want to be in that classroom. Like I remember it specifically. So I grew up my early years in the UK, right? So I didn't have like a danger room experience that you did to your kids, but I remember I had like to do a role play being like a Roman, being in the Roman Empire and doing a play about the Greek gods and everything, right? And honestly, it's the same thing that how I felt being with like your kids, right? Which is that you feel that special connection with what you learn and and how to connect with the things that it is in the teaching materials.
Mhm.
Yeah, and honestly, I think storytelling is such an underrated, thing to do in the classroom. And I think what you're doing is something remarkable. But I think we will touch more on what your thought process when it comes to doing the danger room and maybe your first and your experience when you first got posted in the Kawasan Pedalaman in Sarawak. Okay? All right. So that is it for the first segment. So we got to know a little bit about Cikgu Nazmi. He likes to draw. He has a great fascination. He has a fascination with comics. You can see with the action figures, right? And you can see his and the way that he views education is that no matter who you are, what you are, you have to unlock the students' potential. You have to give the students creativity, give them a room, or give them an experience that can connect with them, that resonates with them to go beyond, just exams and also learning materials. So
Mhm.
I'm really excited to go for the second segment. So let's move on. All right, see you in the second segment.
All right, all right.
Yeah, we'll stop. Welcome back to the second segment of the podcast. Okay, so for this segment, we're going to talk about a little bit about Cikgu Nazmi's experience being in, kawasan pedalaman. His thought process on making up the danger room, the practicality of it, and we want to see the impact of this danger room to his students, right? And maybe we will touch upon a little bit about if you have any improvement that you want to add into the danger room in itself, right? So let's start with the first question for this second segment. Okay, so one thing that I one thing that you mentioned in the early segment, right? You said that this is your third school right now that you're in.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, right. So previously, were the other two schools, were they like in kawasan pedalaman ataupun dia macam dekat kawasan bandar? So like how did it feel like when you first got posted in kawasan pedalaman in Sarawak?
Okay, so as a official teacher, I never teach in Bandar yet. Maybe one day.
Okay.
So my first school is really in pedalaman. It's like 4 to 5 hours from the nearest town. I remember time tu our electricity cuma ada from 6:30 to 11:30 p.m. There's no
Mm-hmm.
Wi-Fi or cellular connections. My second school is SK Kampung Luagan. This is like 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes from the nearest town. My first school, I only pergi ke my school like hari Ahad and then come back to town hari Jumaat. Like that. We all tinggal dalam sekolah. So
Ah,
my second school, I have to ulang alik because there's no rumah there. And it's terribly 40 minutes long every day. So I spend hours on the road that time.
naik motor ke
Uh,
naik kereta?
naik kereta.
Naik
And
kereta.
my current school, I got promoted to be PKM, and my current school, alhamdulillah, only like 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes lah from my current house. Um, I know I told you guys that I dah pernah tinggal di pedalaman dulu with my mom as a teacher,
Mhm.
but it was so dalam dulu. Yeah. Also, I wasn't that independent back then because I got my mom there.
Ya, ya,
Um,
ya, ya.
so in 2014 or 2015, we menjalani latihan praktikum. Praktikum is where you
Mhm,
send to a school to to do practical works.
mhm.
Basically dalam 1 month or 2 months. So you get to see apa yang berlaku kat sekolah and everything. My practicum school in Miri that time is literally in front of a shopping mall, like betul-betul depan
Wow,
mall.
okay.
Um, and waktu that everyone was like staying at the Starbucks. Like, where's everyone? Go to Starbucks.
Ah, ah, ah.
Um, our lunch was very fancy. Like, oh, let's try this pula, let's try this one, ni pula. Uh,
Oh,
I remember my marker habis ask for GB's permission to boleh tak pergi ke
mall.
stationery kedai. Okay, 2 minutes. Pak, pak, balik.
Good. I
I
see.
remember the camping is sangat bandar. It's not even a camping because all the cars and everything, people lepak. There's a lot of street foods. It's sangat not that campingy.
Ya, ya,
I
ya.
remember this one time selepas they observe my by my supervisor, my GB was like,
Mhm.
"You okay, Nazmi? You okay? Why don't you take a time off and go karaoke kat mall?" It's like,
Uh, seronok
oh,
dia dapat macam tu.
uh, uh, it's okay. I will take care of your class. Oh, we go step karaoke. We go for pergi play all that game and everything.
Ya, ya, ya.
Then 2017 I got posted to my first school. It's so freaking dalam. My apa? My PK welcome me. PKKK. My PKK welcome me. I remember he said, careful. Benda tu suka kacau orang yang first time datang.
Mhm,
And yes, my rumah was shook. It's a very small rumah. It's a wooden rumah made by the orang kampung. I remember got two bedroom and one shared bathroom. A very small tiny kitchens and everything made of playwoods.
mhm.
Uh, it's a very square small house and it was shook. It was shook heavily. Everything is rattle. I remember tak siap unpack my stuff. Everything is bergoyang. Jam
Ah, ah, ah.
satu, jam satu, jam 3:30, jam 4 I was terbangun. I was spraying everything. I tengok luar is so dark. All I can see is that one lampu pondok security guard. I said, if that things come, bust my door open, I'm gonna jump from the window and run towards the lights. I'm going to run to the security post. Turns out in the morning, it turns out um, actually ada a herd of buffalo lepak kat bawah
Oh,
rumah. and like the boss, the leader, was rubbing the horns against the main pillars of my house, and it shake. Everyone was laughing. The tower, everyone was everyone was laughing. Like, bro, why are you laughing? Yeah. They said, tempat tu if you tak to get akan ada buffalo staying there.
I see. I see.
I remember in my house ada lubang kecil lah, lubang
Mm.
kecil. I remember ada kepala masuk. And one day I was watching TV, watching my
Mm.
laptop. There's a kepala masuk, and the lidah was bercabang panjang. And I know it's a snake. It's a monitor lizard.
Okay.
So I saw it. It saw me.
Uh
We locked eyes, and everyone was scrambled. The lizard to scramble out.
huh.
So I planned like want to tutup that lubang. I take this
Uh
one plywood I got from these abandoned buildings. When I was just
huh.
about to go, like, I destroyed
Mm.
the entire wall. Oh, set. Oh, matilah set. Tidur hujan lah ni malam. I said, um, so I don't know how to do all this carpentry work.
Mm-hmm.
I tutup everything with kotak.
Mm-hmm.
With kotak, and tap, tap, tap. Then there's a villagers nampak, oh, kesian dia Cikgu Nazmi, and they repair my walls. That's one of the earliest experience. Um, and then jam 3 pagi someone knocking. Said, oh, 3 pagi ni siapa ketuk pintu jam 3 pagi ni, ada apa-apa ke ni?
Uh.
Turns out the villagers just swing by to give me fish. Ikan sedap.
Ah.
Belum makan kan?
Ah, boleh makan.
Then he was worried because I tercengang. He thought I was still mengantuk everything. Cikgu, okay kan cikgu? Okay. Just that I tak pandai urus ikan that time. That time I was like baru berapa tahun I tak pandai urus ikan. Saya tak apa. Nanti cikgu sebelah tolong masakkan. So we kumpul all the ikan masak together.
Oh, tapi
Um,
sekarang ni dah pandai lah sekarang ni.
I hope so. now it's okay lah.
Boleh
Just
lah,
that
boleh lah
just that
Hmm.
they will just balik from hunting jam 3 pagi. They swing by to our house and bagi ikan. It's so very precious moment yang I don't think you will get if you in the urban area. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
and
yeah.
then what happened? That is the in my tempat tinggal, in the classroom. My first class I built. I built this one giant ATM machine, taller
Mhm.
than me. ATM machine ada screen, ada tab, ada pad untuk tekan. We
Hmm.
can insert, cut, and withdraw money. I cut money. I asked my mom to help me to cut all this money, different sizes and everything. I'm very proud of it. I pelan-pelan masuk to my class, my first class back in 2017. Then my kids beritahu, they don't know what is that. So like, ya betul, kau seorang je kot tak tahu benda ni, right? The topic was like about saving money. Then my kids doesn't know what is bank. They don't know what
Hmm.
is money withdrawal. They don't know anything about banks. Like, how I'm going to proceed. And they start giving me frustrating answers. And it start
It's a geram
to
lah.
yeah. After the class, I destroy everything. I destroy the ATM machine. I koyak habis-habisan. Not even, I tak sempat ambil gambar everything. I just and I
Hmm.
sit down crying. I was frustrated. I was like, this is not what I experienced in my training. Macam itulah I said kan. Then one of the PK, the same PK yang kacau me on the day before said,
Yeah, yeah.
you itulah you should sedar. It's not the same. You have to take few step back and tengok. A few weeks after that, within that month, I feel down. You know,
Hmm.
I remember, let's pasang Upin Ipin, but my kids are interested because they don't know what is Upin Ipin, and Didi and friends they didn't know that. I remember the first few weeks, I was asked to board exam.
Hmm.
Was asked to board exam. This standardized exam. The whole district dapat the same exam questions. I was
Mm-hmm.
teaching year 4. Time tu I dah tawar hati, like in just 3 weeks. Possible I can do apa-apa. And then, but I thought the question so simple. What write your pengalaman berkelah. 40 words. So simple.
Mm-hmm.
After, immediately after exam, I start to baca, I realized everyone is failing. Semua gagal. All the 19 kids, all fail, all won. It took me some time to realize that they actually able to do it. They able to understand grammar structure. They're able to memorize good vocabs and how to use it. Just that they don't have the pengalaman to check
Mm.
and berkelah di pantai. That what inspired me to do the danger room.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of danger room came to me lama dah. I even want to do it as my action research, but it was ditolak. I do something else. And I remember presenting at danger room back in 2016, way before I get posted.
Oh.
But only 2 people came to my first talk. First ever talk, 2 people came. Itu pun tengah dating. Not even actually people yang want to listen to my sharings. But it's
Uh-huh.
okay. I thought, I'm going to teach. I'm not even like considering Danjum back then. After a while, that when after I like terima the kikat, I dihantar mengajar here. I try to berdamai with my faith. Just do my Danjum. After a while, that's when I realized, of course, I takkan dapat the chance to do all this pendigitalan and everything because it's not
Mm.
system.
Yeah.
But my ability suits the kids. Betul-betul dapat memenuhi apa keperluan pelajar on that time.
Mm.
My kemampuan to change all this rubbish and scraps to make beautiful and effective teaching aids is very, very suitable with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's the moment I realize I'm the perfect one. I'm orang yang betul-betul betul-betul tepat untuk dihantar mengajar here.
Mm.
I start to use danger room. I buat a lot of things in the classroom. I ubah this, ubah that, jadi tu, jadi ni. I create a lot of things using all the scrap I can find around me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember buat baju astronaut from things yang akan jumpa. I buat kaki kat depan. I buat kaki palsu
Mm.
kat depan. So it look like the kids actually floating.
Oh.
So my kids like, it's an eye opener for my kids. Yang, oh my god, this cikgu is creative and the class actually means something for us. My
Mm.
class was simple. Let's do space exploration.
Mm.
And the word is floating.
Floating.
That's
Okay.
my kids realize. So, kaki tak sampai. This is floating. That's my kids
Ah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
influence
Okay. Okay.
when the kids realize that, oh, you know, all this effort my teacher gave me is actually really meaningful. You know? Yeah. Um, that's when I realized that Jerome is one of the best way to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Three
But.
years after that,
Mm-hmm.
3 years after that, ada UPSR.
Mm-hmm.
My kids got top 10 the best result for paper 2 exam, essay exam in the district. From not knowing what is happening dekat pantai to that. 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 years. So in some way, did you ever feel like you were Professor X and your students were the X-Men? Did you ever feel that way?
Yeah. I actually TV Sarawak make a program. They documented they gather these few teachers, amazing teacher in Sarawak. They come to my school, start my teaching and everything. And the cover of my episode is me with hair as Professor X.
Wait, you have the picture?
I have the picture. I can show you later. What happened is they take a picture of a statue of Professor X. They just Photoshop my face on that patong, and make that as a cover for the episode. Oh, this actually clever, but yeah, not only me. I think everyone yang mengajar di pedalaman, they can resonate to this. Um it's not about mencari bakat anymore, you know. It's about exploring things. If this
Mm-hmm.
works on you, we try the things. Let's try storytellings. If
Mm.
this don't work for you, you bad at bercakap, your confidence is so low and everything. It's about accepting them. Okay, it's not suit for you, and then try another things for you. So
Mm.
when I do film entrepreneurship is another program yang I buat in my school for Film Pen Club film pendek. I have a kids yang sangat tak confidence in berlakon.
Mm.
Keras gila,
Macam kayu
you know,
lah.
kayu
Mm-hmm.
gila. Then I assign him to be the prop master because bila dia buat props dia cantik gila. I
Ooh.
remember this one time our production is kami nak buat cerita pirates. Pasal satu pirates ni sebab dia perempuan, dia tak di-accept jadi pirates. Tapi when there's a call to fight for this sea monster, nobody can do it. But this lady pirates able to talk and convince the monster because she befriended the monster punya daughter. So this production required us to really create a giant monster, and we unable to think how, but this kid able to design a monster yang basic asas dia daripada kursi plastik. So kursi plastik is like this, right? Like this. So he able to turn like this, jadikan part sandar ni as the mouth kat bawah, and dia sambung dengan kotak to jadikan monster. Dia cut banyak cardboard bulat, lekat buat sisik and spray everything. Dia dapat buat kotak like this untuk jadi soket mata yang dia buat daripada bola pingpong. The kids yang tak langsung zero performance untuk berlakon, dia dapat buat benda ni within 3 days. Cantik, lawa. Yang
Ooh. Do you also have a
people
picture of that?
masuk. I have picture of it. People can masuk under and berlakon jadi naga kat bawah tu.
Wow.
It's really nice. So yeah. So if you see how Professor X work, he able to turn this kelemahan into kelebihan in just seconds. If you're familiar with Cyclops is
Yes, like
satu bintang yang kat mata dia ada plasma blast. He
betul.
cannot tengok sebab he will shoot this optic blast kat mata dia. So he works untuk how this kid able to use this as his kelebihan. So they buatkan this lens for the kid, so he able to shoot in this. At the end of the day, Cyclops is one of the best and well written character in the entire X-Men universe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you tengok the original X-Men, ada Cyclops, ada Jean Grey, the girl able to move things with his mind. Ada
Wolverine? Wolverine is not?
Wolverine is not the original X-Men.
Okay.
Wolverine, if you tengok the cerita, is actually watak jahat yang digemari, so they have to change it into But you can actually resonate to Wolverine punya character because he's the budak ganas, nakal, people.
Hmm.
Wolverine, we have cut immediately heal back. It's like budak
Hmm.
jahat yang you try to ajar dia yang immediately nakal balik. But Professor X able to
Ah.
convince Wolverine to be part of the team. People likes it, people likes the attitude, but dia tak talks on the attitude or manners, but Professor X man with the hearts. At one point, Wolverine realized apa dia buat. At one point, he used whatever he able to do to help people. At one point, Wolverine is one of the leaders of X-Men. And now, Wolverine adalah watak X-Men yang paling dikendaki ramai, paling most beloved, not not only in the comic book, but also in the films.
Betul betul.
Teacher, that is cikgu. That's what cikgu buat. That's what cikgu does. You know you dihantar ke pedalaman, you're not giving up. You try to cari apa yang suit with these kids. I remember this one program, this sekolah pedalaman, when we was like, dapat ke this school come up with innovations?
Mhm.
So this dua sekolah pedalaman, yang satu sekolah ni apa dia buat? Dia buat inovasi tepung yang bukan daripada grain, tapi actually daripada ubi kayu.
Oh.
So they able to come up with this one process to do it. So they have infinite source
Mhm.
of tepung. Is that
Mhm.
that's a bit different. But it's a tepung. You can do whatever with it.
True
This
true
one
true.
sekolah, um, also join the innovation competition. What they do, they buat empangan hydroelectric.
Mhm.
Kecil, like besar ni je the dam, but they able to produce electric. Like, wah.
Ah.
So for me, this is what macam Professor X. It's about resilience. It's about not giving up. It's about the principle. It's about how you want to innovate to solve the problems with your heart.
Betul
You
betul.
know, you can either
Betul
do
betul.
two these things. You can ada passion, kesabaran, and you can ada you what you're passionate about of doing. And number three, you ada you don't need knowledge on everything. You ada these things, you can do whatever you want. And
Mhm.
number three, you can ada the hearts lah.
Dah ya
You
ya.
ada
Ya.
knowledge pun you tak ada hearts, you won't be empathy in your
Nah, you
situations.
will be empathetic. Ya betul betul.
So you ada
I
benda
think
ni
that's
je. You kena post it kat
hmm,
mana-mana, it will works. It will works.
it will work, it will work. Wah, apa ni? This it's really cool how you see yourself as Professor X kan. Macam you try to overcome the students' weakness kan. But yeah, like in the comments. I mean, actually, this is quite of a sad tangent. But have you ever tried watching My Hero or watching or reading My Hero Academia?
Ah, no, no. I'm more to Western superheroes.
No, but I think it will fit your
Yeah,
taste by the way.
but
Because like
I heard it's a really good shows. But yeah, I haven't gone there yet.
no, you should watch it. You
It's
should watch it. I think it resonates a lot with the X-Men.
yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Um,
We will touch My Hero later in segment 3. I want to convince you, by the way.
I try. I try. By the way, I'm not an anime fans. Maybe not yet. Yeah, but so far the only anime that I watch and I read, manga I read is Guns, Battle Royals, and
Mm-hmm.
One Punch Man. Like that's it.
Oh, one punch. Okay, one punch. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
see. I
yeah,
see. It's okay. Maybe
yeah.
I think you will love My Hero because I think it touches upon the hero society and it has a little bit of actually not a bit, a lot of X-Men, references. Yeah,
Ah,
but yeah, but it's okay. We will touch upon it later. But like in the X-Men, right? I'm pretty sure that when Professor X thought of the Danger Room, right? Um, it was a good idea to start with, but I'm pretty sure it was hard to initiate, right? Like when you first started the Danger Room, did you? How did you convince your students to like buy in the method and like how did you handle the role play that it makes sure that you want to make the students follow what you wanted to do?
um, mm, for me, um, I remember this one time in my class, right? So we I want to be a fireman if I'm not mistaken in that class. So the objective of the lessons is to ask for help in English. Could you please, you know, I remember I using tilam katil punya papan, there's a papan, like tulang papan tu. I put in the class and I put a cat stuck there. I go to the town, to the kampung, I pinjam baju bomba for one day. I was the fireman was about to save this cat and please ask the Encik Bomba to help rescue your cat and what to ask, how to ask, and how to do it politely. Okay, so the syllabus will only teach you what to ask, but your empathy is going to teach the kid how to do it politely and effectively. So, what attract the kids? Number one is how I make the simulations. The effort I put excite the kids. Like, oh, cikgu buat ni, cikgu buat ni. Saya nampak cikgu kampung, pinjam ni. Dia nak buat apa yang benda tu? You know? I always remember yang when you want to receive more, you have to give more. Because Allah is adil. Allah is obviously adil. What you will get based on what you give. I put all this for that 1 hour class and I receive this for that 1 hour class. It's my 8 years in the service. Belum pernah ada kids sleep on my class. Never. Yeah. So that's preparations. Secondly, is your heart in that class. You know, you tell the kids this is how you cakap dengan abang bomba and explain that your cat is in trouble. Please, my cat is like this, like this, like this. Can you please help me? Okay. So your kids akan faham at one point yang you actually try to help them, try to tell them. They won't realize you actually mengajar things yang required in the syllabus. Could you? Can you? I'm teaching that. But I'm doing it contextually yang my kids thinking yang I'm actually teaching them how to do this dekat real life. Without they even knowing yang I'm actually doing what required in the syllabus. Okay, so when you tell your kids, today we are going to learn A, B, and C, they will not be interested in that. Okay, how about tomorrow? We are helping this blind makcik to cross the road from point A to point B to point C safely. Between those two contexts, which one yang you feel you can relate the most? Obviously, the second one. You understand? So it's how you creatively and critically planning your lessons. I give you another example. I give you another example. This one you can translate from. Year 3, syllabus CFR, topic, I'm not sure topic keberapa, but the title of the topic is clothes. My job is to teach the to teach the kids type of clothes. Oh, ada, what do we have? Yeah, the a wool made from cotton, made from jeans, all that. I can just come up with picture. This is from this. This is from this. This is from this. This made from leather. This. What I did, I buat 6 washing machine. The washing machine ni sangat cantik. It's openable. Pada pintu bulat yang openable. I make plastik. Kononnya kaca lah konon. Openable. From tudung botol, I buat switch yang boleh. And I buat opening ke atas untuk masukkan all the sabun and everything. I buat 6. And what I did is, my kids akan bawa baju dari tempat dorang. Okay, and they have to fill the checklist. Wool ada berapa, cotton ada berapa, and everything. And time dorang buat checklist, so I will ke belakang and tukar all the clothes. And they need to return the baju yang salah ambil dengan polite manners to return all this baju yang dorang terambil. Okay, so from this lesson, number 1, the syllabus want me to ajar pasal baju. That's it. But I make it interestingly so it will be contextualized because my kids never been to laundry shop before. Oh, tonight we're going to laundry shop. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, I give them an opening so that their parents can intervene. Okay, cikgu suruh bawa baju, cikgu nak bawa baju. So the parents will sediakan macam-macam. Okay, sediakan this. Okay. So the parents akan interested and parents akan beritahu anak dia, this is a very fun activity. You should go. You should not escape this class. You know? So, mak aku pun dah kata benda ni best, apalagi aku. Okay, so I should go. Okay, and then I'm giving them chance to learn things yang tak ada dalam syllabus. What should you say if you return things that not belong to you? Is it
Okay.
not? Is it in the syllabus? No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should I put leather shoes in the washing machine?
Of course not.
No.
Yeah.
All these things tak ada dalam syllabus. You see the meja di laundry shop? Is it a proper place to eat? No. Itu tempat melipat pakaian. It's not a proper place to eat. Nanti kicap bertumpat whatsoever. Okay, I ambil baju orang. Now where should I put it? I cannot wait for them. Orang tu dah balik. Okay, sekarang buat idea. Let's buat basket lost and found. But all this actually from that one simple topic, clothes. So, I'm not saying, I didn't say, tak payah tengok syllabus, tak payah guna syllabus. No, I didn't say that. Your syllabus, your curriculum will show you your destination. By the end of this class, this kid will able to learn about clothes. But the way you drive akan give the kids experience. Because kids not just learn from things that you tell. They learn from demonstration. They learn from the process. They learn from the experience. At the same time, we're giving them value lessons yang tak ada in the syllabus. And the most important thing is, because like I said earlier, your biggest challenge there is the mindset. You're giving them the opportunity to tengok dunia luar. Tahu tak, kat luar sana ada kedai yang menawarkan servis basuh baju. You tak perlu basuh baju. Tempat tak ada orang pun. Tak ada, there's no yang akan melayan you. You just put your clothes there, put money, and you wait. That's it. And you also, walaupun you di pedalaman, you ada chance to be part of this world too. That is the biggest take of this lesson.
Wow.
If you tengok all this, your kids akan wait for your next lesson. Esok cikgu nak buat apa pula? Esok cikgu nak buat apa pula? Esok cikgu nak buat apa pula?
So it keeps them engaged and everything, semua tu.
And everything. I get this one case yang never talk. to be the most talkative person ever yang I jumpa in this world. I get this one
Ah,
kid. This kelas masak. My class kat ujung kelas last. Okay. I ada topi chef yang I buat for my other class. This kid nak pinjam, so dia pakai from the morning sampai my class yang terakhir. And cikgu lain dah start complain, budak kau ni dah lah duduk depan, pakai topi chef tinggi, kacau murid-murid lain, tak nak buka topi tu pula. And dia rehat pakai topi chef. Kulu killer. And then the kid from the class yang I jadi bomba, he pakai the topi bomba. Kulu killer. Kelas. Bila cikgu mengajar, dia akan buka all the kaca, duduk. Cikgu mengajar. You know.
faham.
So that's the
Hmm,
effect. I believe, like I said earlier, if you put your effort, Allah will give you back. That's it. Yeah. So
faham.
that's for me.
Makes sense. Because like, if the students see that you're putting in effort and you're making the lessons very engaging, I think they wouldn't want to like miss this opportunity to be, you know, to be a part of it, right?
Can I share you one story? It's not my story. It's my friend's story.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I can share you. Okay, so I met this one cikgu when I was in Singapore. This cikgu dapat anugerah the best teacher in Singapore, I think this year or last year. Kevin nama dia.
Kevin, okay.
So Kevin told me, dia kata, so bila kat sekolah menengah dulu, dia kata, dia tak suka cikgu kimia ni. He hates cikgu chemistry the most, dia kata. So I will only escape kelas kimia dia.
Okay.
So this one time I turn the drain. Time kelas kimia cikgu tu, I escape. And that cikgu kimia tunggu dia dekat hujung corner tu. So I got caught.
Okay.
Got caught, kena marah, blah blah blah. And the pengetua call my mom. My mom came to school, benda first dia buat, dia tanya, my son escape kelas kimia je ke? Yes, kelas kimia je. Apa cikgu kimia tu buat sampai anak saya escape kelas dia? No. It's like, wow, like, why budak ni tak escape kelas lain tapi escape on that particular class? You understand? So you should know yang that sekolah is not belong to your student. All the action, all the one yang do the thinking and everything is your teacher. You understand? Decision making is from the teacher. Your class boring dengan you ke, your murid tidur ke, whatsoever, is your approach. What should you do is, you think it's not working, you should try another approach. You understand?
Betul.
That's got me thinking yang sometimes I marah my staff because things yang dorang buat salah ke apa, sometimes it make me think, is it me yang salah sebenarnya? You know, as a teacher, you should reflect yourself. Apa dorang nampak boring gila ni? You know? There's a time yang you mengajar, you don't everyone enjoy. You buat game, everyone enjoy, main, bersorak, suara kuat, you feel everyone engaged. Tapi bila test balik, they didn't learn a thing. So you should ask yourself. That's what I like about being teacher. You can reflect on things like this, you know, because you need to improve yourself again and again and again.
Faham. Meaning like, kiranya a different batch of students will require you to think of different things lah kan. Macam setiap batch mungkin ada pengalaman berbeza dan mungkin approach yang berbeza. Tapi yang penting is you pandai nak ubah you punya approach untuk make sure the class will be more engaging semua benda tu. Betul tak? True. I think that's a very good segment too here, where we talked about your experience in kawasan pedalaman, and also how you came up with the process of the danger room semua tu kan. And I kind of wanted to ask you about if you want to have any improvements, but then again that's quite subjective because I think it depends on every class lah kan you teach. Sebab different batch, different approach kan. Yeah.
So,
but I guess maybe yep.
So if you ask me about what I want to improve, and it's different class, different batch, right? Um, to look at your student act macam batch ni lagi ganas, batch ni lagi cerdik, batch ni lagi cemerlang. For me, if you masih tengok orang according to the batch, right? It's actually still ada sense of unfairness dalam tu. You understand?
Oh, okay.
Because a really good teacher, they will go deep until they're able to make a personalized apa session with every kids. Contoh paling mudah, Professor X dia buat optic lens kepada
Oh, itu Cyclops.
Cyclops. Dia tak boleh buat the same thing to the entire batch, to the entire team, because each one of them ada their own uniqueness. Each one of them ada beza-beza dia sendiri, ada kelebihan masing-masing. So a really 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 good teacher kan, they able to, okay, this kid dia talking dia kurang, so let's buat activity dalam hari ni ada talk a bit pasal talking juga. This kid pula dia perlu bantuan untuk dia present. I tak dapat nak everyday nak fokus on program yang ada melibatkan presentation. Buat hari ni saya buat sikit so I can touch untuk dia pula. I always observe class. Always, because I used to be PK1 tu. I always pernah jadi penelongkaran pentadbiran tu. So I ada chance untuk tengok menilai kelas orang. And it always touch me untuk tengok kalau ada cikgu yang come to this table, duduk kejap, talk with the kids kejap, tengok macam mana dia progress. Because cikgu is no longer about kat depan sekali, talk for the entire class, assuming they all have the same problem, assuming they all have the same issue. It always buat me sebab tengok cikgu, kita nak habis kelas ni, okay, dia run to another table pula to discuss with the other kids pula. You know, because each of these kids, they are different, they are not the same. You imagine sebilangan besar kids dah boleh A sampai Z, but other kids nak ke A tu pun susah, and you only have that 1 hour to mingle with that 40 kids in your classroom. So when I tengok this kind of things happening, I sebab, and then they be like, okay, you nanti 12.40 lepas kah jumpa teacher, kita sambung kat sana sikit. So they have their own time pula, time yang you should balik and take care of your kids sendiri pula. You korbankan that time pula for these kids. It always buat me always buat I rasa sebab, and I won't hesitate to give a good marks for these teachers.
I see. Faham. Even if like yes.
To answer your question, sorry to answer your questions. Apa yang I want to add. I want Jerome to be accepted by every school. I want them to know yang there's no more kedudukan meja yang kekal dan abadi. No. Everything can be shifted around, can be changed around. Your class gonna be bigger. Your class akan ada counter, tempat permainan and whatsoever. Your class akan macam store, you know. There's a lot of things yang we can use to make this and this, make this. Ada place for simulations, ada place untuk tampal and everything. There's no longer itu je. Itulah keadaan kelas yang ujung tahun sampai bila. You won't have partner yang sama for the entire year. You akan team up with this kid. Next class with this kid. Next class with this kid. You are the place that you can put your thought. Kelas tadi boring lah, tulis dekat. You know, you have that kind of gallery box. You know, you have that kind of post-it wall. You know, every inch of your class is going to be interactive. Ada useful, ada tempat yang kids can learn. You know, or this is the area where you can give your opinion. So whenever I want to give my opinion, I will stand here and I won't sit down up until people stop and try to listen what I'm going to say. That's it. I give it all,
Mm.
you know. And of course, I welcome all this uh, digital advancement in this
In the
educations.
classroom.
Yep. If I can do the uh, virtual classroom, it would be great. You know, I can connect with the outside world and everything. This, I'm always going to welcome that. It's going to be a good tool to enhance the environments. Yeah. So
Mm.
let's hope that's answer your question. What's
It's
your what you want to ask us now?
oh no, no, actually it was about that actually. You just answered it.
Okay. Right. Right.
Yeah, no worries, no worries, no worries. But I think that nicely ends the second segment lah. Because
Ah,
obviously, listening to what you said, I resonate with it. I definitely think that you know what. Let me be a bit more radical. Not just schools, but universities too. Trust me. But like,
mm,
obviously universities mungkin ada kekangan dia sendiri. But I don't know. Maybe in the classroom you should try to make the room more enjoyable, like in the X-Men.
mhm. Yeah. 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 True. True. True.
Like, but
Um.
because just a little rant. I hate engineering because it's so boring. Like it's boring. Not okay. Like it's boring because it's not. It's because how you teach it. It's fun when you apply it.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got
yeah,
it. Got
yeah.
it. Got
Tapi
it.
I don't want to rant too much because I think it's not about me. It's about you for this episode. Okay, tak apa. I think we'll move on to the to the last segment where we ask some very thought-provoking questions to you, and
Yes.
maybe I'll try to go by the end of that third segment. I'll try to convince you to watch My Hero Academia. Okay, see you in the third segment.